Hey strong people, I am Kalle Beck, and today we are talking about Europe's Strongest Man going on this Saturday, just a few days away, April 6th in Leeds at the First Direct Arena. Athletes include Konstantin Janashia, Mark Felix, Tom Stoltman, Mateusz Kieliszkowski, Adam Bishop, Mikhail Shivlikov, Luke Stoltman, Lawrence Shalle, and the reigning champion Hafthor Bjornsson. Also, Lawrence Shalle won a couple years ago. Let's give him that for sure. It's a great YouTube channel. He already did his predictions. Probably better than mine. That's what I predict. That you should just go watch Lawrence Shalle's video, not mine. Anyways, the first event is the World Lob Lift Challenge, which I covered in a previous video. But I'm going to briefly talk about it in regards to how I feel it will affect the overall points at Europe's Strongest Man. Also, if you want to watch this, you can sign up at officialstrongman.com. It is a subscription service. I actually pay for it. I hate to pay for anything. I mean, if they'll send me a free subscription again, I will take it, but I paid for it and I didn't ask. So you should too, if you care about Strongman. It's like 10, 11 bucks a month in American dollars. So I think that the attempts for the log lift world champ, the first event, the log lift, are 175, then 190, then 202. This is what I heard. This is not confirmed. Then 214. So there's going to be a big, so basically how this works is if you get 202 kilos, you get big points towards the overall at Europe's as that pertains. If you hit 214, you're probably winning the event. I assume 220 is going to be the next jump. Last year, Hafthor won it, hitting, what was it, 213? And I think he will again. Kieliszkowski could also do that, and they'll probably tie if they both hit that. Probably neither is going to hit 220, if I was going to say. Janashia could pick up big points if Adam Bishop, his log is improved. Actually, you know who really has a good chance is Luke. He's the not as tall one, right? Yeah, he's the older brother. His log looks phenomenal. He has a very good chance at 202. He has improved it immensely in the past few years. Anyone who gets the 202 is going to be big points towards Europe's. My prediction, though, Thor, Kieliszkowski, they take 1-2 tied for first some way in that event. Second event, 350 kilogram axle deadlift. So that's a good range. What's that? It's like mid sevens. Oh my god. So Hafthor obviously is probably the 770. So upper sevens. That's a pretty good range for Mark Felix and his reps. A little higher than anything over 8. It seems to start to bug him. Bishop did very well in the deadlift for reps. That was about 7, wasn't it, at Britain's? So he'll do well. Shivlikov will do well. Hafthor's still the man to beat, and this is the most important event for Kieliszkowski. Yeah, of course, Konstantin Janashia is also a pulling monster. So it's just really unfortunate because there's not really any bad deadlifters in this lineup that are going to give Mateusz a little wiggle room there. So that's going to be the biggest. With only 5 events, and he's probably getting 9th or 10th or so in that event. That's tough. Tire flip into chain drag. Kieliszkowski all day. Adam Bishop, watch for him on that as well. Shalle is always pretty fast on those. I would assume Tom Stoltman would do well, but I'm picking Bishop and Mateusz. Or Mateusz. Hercules hold Pillars of Hercules. See, that's an event we haven't seen in a long time. Picking the Polish phenom on that, just a hunch. I think his grip's good. Janashia has a great grip. Mark Felix is going to win that one. I'm going with that. Mark Felix has an event where it's fun. He's not going to do well in the log, but the deadlift for reps, and the Hercules hold. I'm going to predict he wins the Hercules hold. Half doors grip, sometimes this is where people could pick up points on him. Sometimes not the best. He said on Larry Wheel's YouTube channel that he had a problem in one of his hands, a nerve issue, and it's getting better and better every year, but it's still something that sometimes bothers him. And something like a Farmer's, where you're able to drop it, pick it back up, that's not big of a deal. But if your grip goes in Hercules, it goes. Possibly, I think that's the biggest chance for people to pick up points on half door. Then we go into the Atlas Stones. I'm not too sure who to pick in this one. I'm just going to say half door wins that. Or Tom Stoltman, I say wins it. Half door, I think, does enough to win by the end. Kielczkowski does enough to get into second place, but the deadlift hurts him too much to win the overall. Third. Who will get third based on this? Maybe Gymnasia. Or, you know what? I am going to go with, I think he had a great performance at Britain's Strongest Man. I'm going to pick Adam Bishop to have a breakout performance and get third at Europe's Strongest Man. It could easily, I think, Luke Stoltman, they pretty much just make, it seems like they make a mistake every contest, which costs them, but if neither one of the Stoltmans make a mistake, they could be right up there, third or fourth, and Konstantin as well. But out of those, I think it's all very close, and Shivlikov, of course. But just right now, as I'm recording this, I'm going to go with third place Bishop, and that's that. Lots of news going on in Strongman. Going to record a future video on more World's Strongest Man. Just things I'm thinking about. It's only 3 days. I saw that they announced it was June 13th to 16th at first. I'm pretty sure I saw that. Now it says 15th on their website. Apparently, I've been saying Bradenton wrong. I've been saying Bradenton, and that makes people in Florida really mad. So I guess I'm not even welcome to come if I was going to make it to Worlds. So it's Bradenton Beach. Some other stuff I saw was that IMG, which is the company that owns the name for World's Strongest Man in Bradenton, Florida, has something called the IMG Academy. You can go to imgacademy.com, and it's located there. They also have the IMG Legacy Hotel, and that seems like a bit of a coincidence to me that the people who own the rights to World's Strongest Man and put it on also have a facility there. It says this is IMG Academy if you go to their website, the world's largest and most advanced multi-sport training and educational institution. Basically, it's like a youth sports development center from what I can tell. It says it's home to the world's most dedicated student athletes. You can send them to boarding school there. There's youth sport camps, youth specialty camps, adult sports camps, pro and college training, a bunch of stuff, corporate retreats, and there's also the Legacy Hotel, which looks like a pretty high-end place, and they own, and I think that would make sense. What they're going to try to promote there is something that they actually own themselves, as well as the overall town of Bradenton Beach and the surrounding areas, which is on a little buffer island, or whatever the hell they're called. So yeah, you can check that out at imglegacyhotel.com and IMG Academy. Could be completely unrelated, and I'm just thinking of stuff, but trying to connect the dots here. None of this is confirmed. This is all fun fan speculation and not confirmed at all, but just a little bit of news there. Been hearing rumors there's going to be less athletes. I've heard numbers like 12, 15. No clue how true any of those are. Could just be spreading bullshit. But in my opinion, I think there's going to be a different format. And it's not going to... if it's imagining how in my head, and maybe my imagination is just running wild, I think it'll be a better viewing experience and make it refreshing the TV show and the brand. It won't be as good for the up-and-coming athletes because if there's less people and, less qualifiers, etc., it's a little harder to break in. But that's the same as like the Arnold. It's harder to qualify for the Arnold now. It used to just be an invite, and now you see these people like Jerry Pritchett having to go travel to 3 or 4 international shows to make it. If they do change this, and this is a weird crossover year and it keeps going, there does need to be a little bit more streamlined approach on how athletes qualify like the Arnold has. But it's fun to think that when things are different, people hate anything that's different. But it's fun because we get to speculate on how it happens and what the other, what changes it's going to inspire. Why it's like maybe it's all the same, and none of this mattered. But I think it's fun when things are new and changed up. Hopefully, all of the deserving athletes get to go. But I will cover that. Any new information I find in the world of strongman will be right here. So please hit subscribe, let comments, and let me know who you think is going to win Europe's Strongest Man and what names and locations I said wrong. You red penners out there. Love you all.